Here's something that happened a couple of months ago that I've been too busy to talk about, but it doesn't matter that it's old news because I think the main point is pretty timeless. In December, at a furry convention, someone dumped chlorine into a stairwell, sending a number of people to the hospital and forcing the hotel to be evacuated. They cleaned it up that same night and sent everyone back into the hotel. Almost all the people who were sent to the hospital were cleared that night to go back, but the next morning on MSNBC's Morning Joe program, this happened.
19 people were hospitalized at a furry convention in Illinois after what's being called an intentional leak of chlorine gas.
What's a furry convention?
Did I get that wrong?
A leak there? Oh, gosh.
Okay. Officials were called when a strong odor of chlorine spread.
I think they had to evacuate the building and everything. Sent the hotel guests along with convention attendees into the cold night, many still dressed in their furry costumes.
We have a lot of costumers out here with big fluffy costumes that'll keep people warm, so at this point, we're not at all worried.
So we've been pulling people into a cuddle to warm this baby.
No, thank you. Thank you.
And giving her our jackets and blankets.
Yes.
We just told Mika what the convention was about.
So, Mika Brzezinski breaks down laughing, as does this other goober. I don't know his name, I only know Mika's name because it was in the article I read. And yeah, people were sick. Someone may have maliciously did something at the hotel, though 2 months later there have been no arrests and no updates to this story, and it's a hotel. They probably have a pool. Maybe some idiot cleaner dumped chlorine into a stairwell on their way to clean the pool, didn't say anything because they'd be fired, but I'm not going to deny that it definitely could have been malicious, and some sick asshole was attacking furries, which is definitely a scumbag move. But she's clearly not laughing about people being sick, or the fact that there was a terrorist attack, as some furries have suggested. She's laughing about people in ridiculous costumes standing around outside of a hotel. But of course, a bunch of people got pissy. There was a petition to have her release a public apology, which I couldn't find any follow-up about, so I assume that didn't happen. And people were upset that someone would be so callous, so unfeeling, that they'd make fun of this happening. Of course, The Onion made fun of it too. I didn't see any petitions about it, but they're not real news. This Morning Joe show apparently is, I guess. It's morning get ready for work news. A lot of news channels either do this or did it. You're going to work. We'll send you off in a relatively good mood. No furries went to work in a good mood that morning, though. Oh, I can't believe she'd laugh at us. Why? How are you surprised about this? You can only be surprised if you have zero self-awareness. I hope this isn't the first time someone's telling you this, but what you do is weird. Is it hurting anyone? No. Is it harmful to yourself? No. But it's weird. It's people who get together because they love dressing up in animal costumes. Sometimes there's a sexual component to it, but I'm told that most of the time there isn't. Doesn't matter. It's still weird, and you should know it's weird. Bronies? Weird. People who dress up in Star Wars costumes and wait in line for movie premieres? Weird. People who LARP? Weird. You're fucking weird, and that's fine, but you should also know that you're going to get made fun of, and not be a little bitch about that. I'm weird. I'm a grown man who walks into a store that primarily sells comic books every week. I buy little paper magazines with pictures and speech bubbles in them, detailing ridiculous stories about superhuman characters with absurd powers. Every week I do this, and I get made fun of by my friends, and I make fun of them for the weird shit that they do. You don't understand why someone would break out laughing at the sight of a bunch of adults in animal costumes standing around together talking about being in a cuddle, and the absurdity of another man saying everyone will be warm because they're in big furry costumes? Is it because you're a fucking idiot? Yeah, but people could have died. Maybe, yeah, and that fucking sucks. But they're not laughing because people got sick or almost died. They're laughing and people got sick and almost died. There's a difference. That being said, if I saw a clown getting tased in the balls, I'd probably laugh my ass off. It's funny. Hell, I once got hit in the nuts playing road hockey when I was a kid, and I started laughing while lying there in pain because I knew how funny it probably was to everyone else around me, and how funny it was when it happened to other people. I'm sorry I don't have the refined maturity of a person who dresses up like a fucking purple bear on their days off and travels around the country to hang out with other dipshits who do that. Who are you to judge what's weird? A human being who knows what's normal and what isn't, that's who. No, absolutely no one should ever be put in danger for their bizarre hobbies, and I'm totally against attacking people with chemicals, again, if that's what actually happened. But if you do weird shit, you're gonna be made fun of. So, furries, if you're upset about this fact, for your own protection, you might want to try making those costumes out of thicker material, because you've clearly got some fucking thin skin if you can't handle being laughed at because you're walking around looking like a rejected mascot for a minor league baseball team.